new Taiwanese idol group accused of plagiarizing BTS and Got7.
A Taiwanese music group called Fighting recently released a song called Mr. A-Team that sounds eerily familiar, at least in the beginning, to BTS's Fire, and the song also resembles Got7's Hard Carry.
I think you got your information a little bit wrong there.
Which part was wrong?
Well, it's a group called the A-Team, which is part of a show on Taiwanese reality television called Fighting, legendary group. There's A-Team, B-Team, and C-Team, and this is the A-Team song.
So they don't even have a name then. They are just the A-Team on the TV show.
Yes.
Okay, so the name of the song that's plagiarizing BTS and Got7 is called Fighting. It doesn't matter what the hell their name is. These guys are obviously copying K-pop because the producer of the song worked with Got7. His name's Daniel Kim. And I don't know the details exactly because I'm so heated. I mean, you can go on and watch this video. They have a music video. And even though they didn't actually take the track and stick it onto their own track from BTS, it is as close to BTS's song without actually taking it and sticking it onto the song as it can be. I mean, it's obviously BTS influenced.
Okay, I have to, argue with you a little bit because of two things. One thing, it's only the beginning that sounds like BTS's Fire.
Correct.
It sounds much closer to Got7's Hard Carry.
The whole song does.
The whole song does. But the part that I will argue with it is they are not explicitly copying or plagiarizing. It's not them. They are just singing and performing a song that was given to them, and they have no choice about what song they're performing because that is what they're contractually obligated to do.
You're talking about the idols. You're not talking about the people that wrote the song.
No, I'm talking about the idols. The people who wrote the song, Jeremy G and Daniel Kim, they are the ones who need to be schooled on this one. Because why are you copying? I get it. There is a lot of leeway. They're in Taiwan and not in Korea, and so it's a different country. Laws may be different, and I'm not an expert in copyright or plagiarism law by any means, and I do know that you are allowed to sample certain beats, and there's ways that you can do that legally. I don't know if that's what they did. It's just a lot of, questions.
It sounds too close to Fire by BTS for me not to call them out on it, and I think a lot of people can see that if you watch the video and listen to the song. Here's the deal with me. If you're somebody, say on SoundCloud, or you're a one-man or one-person show with your own computer, and you take somebody's song and you sample it, and you upload it to your SoundCloud, and say you have 5 followers on your SoundCloud and nobody hears it, is that okay? Actually, it is okay because nobody heard it. But if you are a group that is trying to make it, I mean, if you're trying to attract for instance, with this video, we want as many people to watch this video as we can. So we're going to prepare and talk clearly with nice lights and everything so that way the maximum amount of possible people will see this. Anyone who is in that sort of entertainment or creative business, music, MV video, whatever it is, you want a lot of people to see. So if that's what their goal is, this is obviously wrong. Forget about what international copyright law is. You're not allowed to copy specifically. And here's the other thing with me is back in the 1980s, rap music was taking everything from disco and funk from the 1970s and resampling it. So you heard all of these sounds that you were familiar with from other songs, but they didn't actually ever copy the whole song. You just heard 1 second or 2 second, this sound, that sound, and they reintroduced it into a chorus in a different part of the song. This is not that. This is BTS's Fire has an intro that sounds like this, and their song sounds almost exactly the same. They obviously took the influence, even though they didn't actually copy it. And if they're trying to make it big, which is what I was saying before, they are. They're not trying to put it onto SoundCloud with 5 followers. So there's a big difference there.
Well, they are definitely attracting attention. I don't blame the group at all for doing this because they're the idols themselves, because they are just performers.
It's kind of one and the same, though, what you're talking about. I mean, the idols are representing the writers, so we're going after the writers, but nobody even knows what they look like. All you do is see the 5 idols on the MV. So I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying they're all one package.
I suppose you're right there, but there's people who are actually attacking the idols on their page, and they're saying,
that's unfortunate.
Why are you plagiarizing? And they're like, well, why are you asking me that question? Because it's not my responsibility.
You're talking
I'm just
about
performing.
The admin on the Facebook page who's not even part of the idols.
Yes.
He's just someone who is in charge of their social media, and he was responding to fans asking about this, like, where did they get the influence? Obviously Got7, and the Facebook admin admitted that, yeah, it sounds like Got7's song.
Well, yeah, and if you are a producer, you're allowed to reuse some of the stuff that you've already worked with and tweak it and change it. And he has worked with Got7 and EXO and Twice and Miss A, Daniel Kim, that is. But to actually, I think we wouldn't be having this issue or even having this discussion at all if they had taken that part from, like, the BTS sound alike and they had stuck it in a different part in the song.
Sure.
Or if they had changed the intro, there would be no discussion. There would be no hubbub or issue or controversy, because it has been tweaked, it has been changed enough that it doesn't sound like a cookie cutter image necessarily of any particular one group. But you started off with that really strong, catchy, oh, I recognize that intro, and then you have the controversy, because then you can start making connections elsewhere and see how it ties into other songs that are very similar.
No, the music writer is definitely at fault, and he's not creative enough to just come up with a new concept or something that sounds new. I mean, they're copying the most popular K-pop group and one of their most popular songs. People are going to notice. I mean, Taiwan doesn't have that big of a music scene, and so if there's just this TV show with 3 groups, well, nobody knows what type of music Taiwanese K-pop style groups are making, where no one's listening to that stuff. Well, I shouldn't say nobody, but really not many people outside of Taiwan and probably mainland China.
Yeah, well, Mando Pop was actually very popular back in, like, the late 90s, early 2000s.
Oh, only like 25, 30 years ago. When was the last time we made a video on this channel about Mando Pop?
Yeah.
Because we made a video about a month ago where the Russian woman copied Taeyang, and you know what? She definitely copied him, and that was something that made a lot of people upset. And this is also making people upset because you can't blatantly copy and reuse. You can sample and stick it in, just like you were saying, and that was what I was talking about, the rap music.
Yeah, it's unfortunate that they made it sound so similar. If they would have changed the intro more than they had, there's so many ifs that could have totally changed the outcome of this. I also have to question the producers of the actual show itself for not catching this beforehand and for allowing this to go on.
They probably didn't think it was going to blow up this big.
They probably didn't, and part of me is like, this guy who's a producer, he's probably just trying to take the easy road because he's just making a song for a show, and it's not an actual, like, we're gonna sell hundreds and thousands and millions of copies of this song. It's just, I need to make this song for this show, for
and
this one
group. And it was popular with
group.
BTS, so it'll be popular for this TV show, and the ratings will go up. And he has a bio somewhere on the internet, I didn't see it, that he worked with EXO and he worked with Miss A or whoever. And so he feels like he's done something significant by writing that on a bio somewhere. But that don't mean shit when you do something like this. Like, this is a big misstep.
It is a big misstep.
How upset does it make you when you find out that someone plagiarized your favorite K-pop group? Comments.
I have to say, if I can ignore the fact that they were plagiarizing or their writer was plagiarizing, it's actually a fairly decent song and they performed it extremely well.
Not bad for a non-Korean group, correct. But I even, being kind of on the leeway side of things, when groups sample different music, I was upset by this. And I'm not usually one that's like, oh, this is really bad, but this particular example of plagiarizing was not good for me.
Somebody's becoming a really strong BTS fan.
Click the like button, you guys, for that. And comments down below. Let us know what you think about plagiarizing in the digital 2017 K-pop age. Thank you for supporting us. Click the bell for notifications. Check out the link to K-Gal. And don't forget to subscribe for more HallyuBack news. That's it. We're out of here. Hasta luego.
Bye.